Selamat pagi and welcome to Guardians of Gaia, our super full moon gathering in mid-October and one of the last gatherings that we'll be having out of Bali, Indonesia for some time. We have a journey to Gunung Padang, Java, and our largest and oldest pyramid on the planet, before relocating to Aotearoa, New Zealand, my birthland, for what is about to unfold on our planet from the end of October through November. So thank you for all of you that could join us today. And it is such a powerful time. But before I go into that, let us all go through the alignment process together to strengthen our own pillars and harmonize our unified field through the planetary body. For anyone who's just coming in or getting up, I invite you to stand up, sound, breathe, and move through this process so that it's integrated through the physical body. We're on this journey of embodiment and evolution, and to evolve without embodiment is a health hazard to ourselves, each other, and our environment. So, aligning physical, mental, and emotional bodies. With all-pervading soul and higher self, whichever you refer. And monadic galactic self. Particularly at this time, we are beginning to connect with our monads, knowing that our evolution and embodiment supports our whole monad with recalibration and alignment. Activating our Earth Star 1 foot beneath the feet. And connecting through the divergent meridians of the planetary body. The veins of gold that run through the planetary body. And the artesian waters that run through the planetary body. And inviting those primordial elemental energies of creation up through your own unique pillar in order to cleanse, clear, and purify. Regenerate, rejuvenate, and recalibrate. All the way up to the soul star, 1 foot, half a meter above the head, and activating the soul star. Inviting in the celestial elements to mix and mingle with the terrestrial elements. To integrate and permeate our whole system. Inhaling and exhaling a sound and strengthening and fortifying your own unique pillar. Surrendering through the core of Source and the heart of Gaia, where the new Earth architecture emerges. Surrendering through the core of Source in your own heart spaces. Surrendering through the core of Source in the heart of the Sun. And in heart of the great central Sun. Surrendering through the core of Source in the heart of the Moon. And in the heart of Gaia, our original moon. And activating the solar and lunar discs within, whichever your system is most affiliated with. And surrendering through the core of Source in the galactic center. And depending upon your stage of embodiment, you may find that located in the pineal gland, our gateway to God, the all-seeing, the all-knowing, and that part of ourselves which resides outside of time. For others, it may have descended into the umbilical area. And from this space, we surrender into Homo Universalis, our ancient future selves, in this body, in this bubble, in this now time. And time space, wherever we are located on the planet. Once more, inviting everyone to inhale, exhale with sound as you strengthen and fortify your pillar in your unique place on the planet. Oh. And once more, inhaling, exhaling with sound as we come into this unified field of love around and all through the planetary body. Oh. With maintaining this harmonic and connection, I'd love to hand you over to Casey to continue to expand our field.
As we stay in this beautiful connection field, we will amplify our pillars of light even more by bringing in the stellar codes from the cosmic spaces. I invite you to travel out and experience what it feels like to interact with the star nebula at this time. The stellar nurseries, the creationary zones that are creating those cosmic waves to come into our atmosphere, bringing those star codes into our awareness and dropping into our fields. Connecting now to the solar rishi that are out in the cosmic spaces that wish to come forward and be part of the circle today. The consciousness, the expanded field of that universal field of love allows us to tap into whatever we wish to as the far reaches of the universe become closer, as we are connected to all things in this space. We welcome into this circle all those seen and unseen that wish to participate in the information that wishes to come forward from the consciousness field of unity and love, for it is with all things that unity and love can bring forth the information and that deeper knowledge that is easily achieved through the soul self, the higher self, and through the source fields. Welcoming into the cosmic spaces the whale tribes of Andromeda, of Sirius B, of Orion, each one carrying their own frequency different from the other. each one carrying origin codes that wish to come forward. Reminders of who we are in our physical spaces, yet carrying that star energy, the galactic energy from our star families, and the locations that we have been inhabiting before this earth plane and will return to again. Opening our field even more for the star families to come forward, supporting our journeys through the higher realms, and recognizing the higher light councils on every galactic pathway. Knowing that we have been on these star councils in different lifetimes, and we reside on them still. That our evolution and evolvement happens in these higher realms. And in order to bring it forward, we need to connect in an earthly way, bringing in the consciousness of Gaia herself. We wish to merge our vibration fields with hers. As she is shifting, we are shifting. As the waters of the oceans match with the waters of our bodies, we sync up. As the plasma in our bodies matches with the plasma fields all around us, we are part of Gaia and the cosmic space at the same time. We are the bridge between all things. Welcoming in the consciousness of the sun and the great central sun. Going back 7 generations, we can track into this and understand that we receive the solar codes on a daily basis by choosing to interact, by choosing to receive. By aligning ourselves, both with the earth and the cosmic space. And in the balance of 2, our toroidal fields match up with the toroidal fields of the earth, match up with the toroidal field of the galactic center, and match up with the toroidal field of all that there is. Letting go of human time and stepping into time and space. Speaking through the vibration. Feeling the energy waves and the codes of light. And understanding that we are connected to all that there is. Staying in this beautiful wave of energy, this cosmic flow of information. We wish to come back to our pillars at this time to anchor in a little bit more fully, allowing whatever information wishes to come forward and to be shared out, that it will be received by the hearts of all. Thanking all of you who chose to join the circle today, understanding that your particular codes are needed for this message. That the information is echoed from one to another to another. And the information is received on the cellular level and the light body level. Shifting back into our human forms a little bit more, we will continue with our connection fields, but be anchored at this time. I invite you to allow a little bit more movement into your bodies. Feel your feet on the floor, the chair beneath you. Take a deep breath into your bodies and choose to come fully back in at this time.
Thank you, Casey. And welcome to such the powerful passage that we're in, which is such an interesting time of death and rebirth that's happening simultaneously, personally and planetary. It's like the Ouroboros is in a spinner right now, and death and rebirth is happening at a rapid rate. So it's a really powerful time to let go and let go of control and surrender to the soul. And it kind of, in a way, that's a bit of what I did when I was asking, what's the theme of our journey today? And I got reinstating the divine blueprint of our galactic origin. And in relation to the sacred journeys that we've been guided to in the last 9 years, the first one was very much through the Egyptian timelines. The second one was very much connected with the Atlantean timelines. And the last one in 2022, the theme was reinstating the divine blueprint of our galactic origin. And since that time, or connected with that time, we have received the next wave of incoming souls that are landing with their galactic integrity. And the first wave came through with my goddaughter when she came through on the 6th of June, 2022. And then 4 others came in after her. And the rest of her monad, the first one arrived just over a month ago into Bali. And the other 6 of her, of the 12, are arriving into the planetary field. And this is connected with anchoring in the new star systems for the planetary body. And somehow all that is woven into our journey for today. So really glad that you could all make it, and very, very curious on what wishes to be shared here, because too, it is a completion of a cycle of my residency in Bali. And just a few nights ago, I was woken up to do work with the artesian waters, the waters that run within and through the planetary crust. And it was as though the sluice gates were opening, the dams were opening on the artesian waters through the planetary body to allow more free flow of these waters. More springs were open, and more geysers or geysers, depending on your vocabulary, were also opened. And when I asked why, it was to do with the electromagnetics of the planetary body being amped up for the information transfer and for the electromagnetics of our planetary body, which feels connected to the planetary pyramid system that my system's been working with for years, and many, many others have too. And the weaving we have unfolding through Gunung Padang and Java in the coming week. So just sharing all that information with a little bit of unconscious understanding and a lot of energetic codes for those that are here to receive today. And wondering if anybody else has any contributions or questions to the field regarding this unfolding. Casey.
I just wanted to add, in connection to the pyramids, our soul brother Bodhi's been working on the etheric pyramids, and he and I sync up a little bit to connect the pyramid spaces to the underwater origin codes that are wanting to come through those sources also, to be anchored in back to it feels like some of the water codes that you were working on, Leanne. because it feels like when establishing the etheric pyramid system, that regardless of what happens to the physical one on the earth plane with the shifts and the changes that may happen, the etheric ones will be established and carry the codes that need to go forward.
Beautiful. Full body Koyopa. Keep talking. But yeah, this too, and because I always knew that the pyramids were there as stabilizers when the tectonic plate starts to shift, and we're preparing for another pole shift. So this is part of the process. So yeah, thank you for the work you and Bodhi have been doing with the etherics that we know also connect with the off-planetary pyramid systems within our solar system and beyond. So that's great. Thank you. Anyone else have any more questions or contributions to the field? The reason being, we're also delighted that Gini could join us today from Aotearoa, from New Zealand, and share a little bit about herself and also the templates she's been working with, which were also conceived and birthed and completed here in Bali, Indonesia recently. So let's pass you over to Gini and see what gift she has for our field today.
Hello, everyone. It's beautiful to be here with you all. I've actually just pulled out another card as I was inspired. But first of all, before I share this with you, I'll just give you a little bit of an overall of how the templates were birthed. So in 2012, May 2012, I received this really massive download. I journeyed and I saw this big, what I would call a big diamond. And it was layered and layered and layered. And it contained all of these codes and information. Like it was like a blueprint of the cosmos. It was just huge. And as I was watching and marveling at all of this light codes, it was undescribable. I saw people holding a diamond, a small version of that diamond in their hands. And as they held it, the information from their body and their field went up to what I now call the mother diamond. It was their energy, everything in their field was recalibrated, and it came back down into their system. And when I kind of came out of that vision journey, it was so big, I didn't know what to do with it. So I just left it for a while. Anyway, as things evolved, I kind of knew somehow that I was involved in some big process of this. And 3 years later, I had a commission to bring through 24 templates. And the templates are light language, written in light language, and their codes and color and frequencies. And these were all to do with purification. So as I was bringing them through, it wasn't until I was doing the 8th one that I realized that they were the codes that I'd seen in May 2012. So that was kind of like a big hit. And kind of on from there, it took me 3 years to the week to bring through all the templates. And the first one, which is this one here, that one was birthed in Bali, one of my favorite places on the planet. I just feel so at home there. And this first one is called the chalice, which is actually us. We are the chalice that holds everything. There's nothing outside of us. And it's the pure portal of purification of the diamond plate of the lunar and solar gateways or discs. And it's the temple of the Grail cup, the journey home to the heart of creation, because this is where we all create from, is from the heart. And earth location called Bali, Indonesia. Each of these templates actually has an earth location, and they're all connected somehow, not only just on the earth, but also in our bodies, which is quite beautiful. And this one is about slowing down. So I invite you now just to maybe close your eyes. You don't have to close them, but just be still and slowing down, feeling and accepting, embracing, and holding that space for love for all that is arising within you now, within and without. And as this occurs, the heart portal slows down so that the energies and aspects of the soul, both masculine and feminine, can be seen in their true essence and light. An inner flowering and activation of the heart chakra crystal, and reminding you within lays the universe. And just taking a beautiful breath inside and opening your eyes whenever you feel ready. So the 24 templates, I bought one through, it could be one a month or one every 3 months, but I didn't know what each of them was going to be about until I embodied, where everything just naturally came up. All this stuff, it's like dark night of the soul at some stages. It was incredibly challenging journey. And as I kind of got to about number 5, I invited a group of friends to journey with me. So we'd gather once a fortnight, once a month, 2 days, and go through the aspects of what I'd experienced, and they'd go off and experience what they did, and then we'd gather again the next month. So they were all offered sequentially from number 1, which is the Bali one, the Grail Cup, and the second one is about the masculine spirit, then the feminine spirit. I'll just get my little booklet out. So, well, actually, I'll show you as we go. The number 1 is the chalice. Number 2 is the masculine spirit. So with that one, it's a purification of the father's line, inherited lower masculine influences. So it's all about the mental body as well, and any male aspects. The third one is the feminine spirit. And this is all about the reflections that we get from our mother's line. Number 4 is the Earth Star, which we've kind of grounded today. And this is all about accepting and being with one of all humanity, and transmuting all judgments towards all cultures, etc. There's a lot more to each one, but I'm briefly going through them. So please do, if you've got any questions as I'm going through them, please do ask. Number 5 is the Soul Star. And this is all about dancing through the veils of illusion. So when we came through onto the earth plane, we forgot so much. because the veils went down. So this is about removing the veils so we can remember who we truly are. And this one is actually the Egyptian Giza Plateau, World Air Spinner Wheel. Number 6 is all about love and compassion. We're always received and given through love, especially for ourselves first. Number 7, this is one I've pulled out for today, actually. And this is all about the new Earth grid. Collapsing the old and merging new timelines within, and conscious moments, co-creating the new Earth together. Number 8 is all about our ancestors and ancestral DNA and genetic knowing. And to kind of rebuild that DNA that, as a lot of us know, has been tampered with. Number 9, which I just pulled out before as Leanne was talking, and this is all about the Grail net and the portal of sacred waters. And this earth location of this template is actually Lake Rotopunamu in New Zealand. And it's about alchemizing the crystalline waters of the body temple. Love frees memories held within the water of the body through the feeling body. And the water is programmed through our thoughts and emotions and influences on the outside. So it's about watching closely as everything becomes more subtle and knowing that we're the water bearers of the new age. That's a very special one to me. Number 10, celestial pathways. And this is all about resting into a sanctuary of peace of our angelic celestial overself, braiding into the physical form. If I'm giving you too much information, please do intervene and ask some questions, or you can ask afterwards. Number 11, galactic feminine, braiding of the higher chakras and washing the 4 lower bodies in magenta light. Mental, emotional, physical, and etheric bodies are deeply purified. And knowing that everything above, below, within and without is all one. Number 12, the galactic masculine. And this is about dissolving separation from the feminine and anything else we have dissolved, we've separated from. All about the seeds of integration and releasing the fear of the loss of the old body template. You know, because as we're changing, sometimes, you know, we've had these old bodies for so long, it's like there's part of us is sometimes we don't want to let things go because they're comfortable in a sense. So that sort of helps to dissolve that. So when you go from 12 to 13, it kind of goes more out there and wider. So this is called the beyond, back through the stargates, and it's the temple of the breath. And a quote I put on here, it doesn't matter who I think I am. It's about time travelers throughout all time, space, and dimension, and the impress that invites us home to the temple of the heart and regeneration of the physical body. Number 14. It's called the return, the portal of diamonds, the celestial one. And it's called the Phoenix Rises, awakening to divinity. The mother diamond reflects back your celestial self and the 144 crystals of the new cosmic spine. number 15 is one that I actually pulled out for today. And this is all about the divine blueprint of us. And I really love this template. I called it the snowflake. It's a portal of repatterning. You know, it's like our thumbprints and a snowflake. They're all individual like we are. We're all one, but we have our unique codes. So this one is the repatterning the carbon body into the crystalline body of light. And the egoic self melts back into its original divine blueprint. It's about surrendering, melting, reform, surrender, melt, reform. And I did discover that if a single snowflake, after it melts, if it's refrozen in the same conditions, it will reform back to its original divine blueprint. And that kind of reminds me of what we're doing right now. Number 16 is the first of a trinity. And this one's called the power of creation, the unification of the divine feminine, and the deep connection with nature, the elementals, dolphins, and selfless service to the earth and all beings. I'll hold the whole Trinity up and I'll just read them as we go. So that's the Trinity. They'll have a little Merkaba, if you like, in the middle. So number 17 is the light of creation. And this one's the unification of the divine masculine. It's all about light and gold and the sun and the beam that we are that lights up the world. Very connected to this one, I feel, to the higher energy of the pyramids for some reason. Don't know why, but it is. Number 18, this is the love of creation. Unification of the divine child. And the divine child is birthed through the presence of love. And this one's about the plasma body of light. Number 19, and I called this one the dove, the return of the dove. The Aloha gateway, the library of the diamond light doorway, and the four great foundation pillars, the light pillars of the earth, love, light, and power, and the dawn of the new world. Number 20, it is about self-mastery, the portal of the inner eye. Spiritual lineage, and the master gland, the pineal, awakens to the multidimensional realities and abilities, the reforming of the 144 DNA strands, awakening from spiritual amnesia, recoding the cells of the body via the master gland. The kingdom of heaven resides within, and so it is. Not many to go now, just 4. Thank you for your patience. Now, 21 is the crystal flame of transfiguration. It's the rainbow bridge, the Antakarana. The crystal flowering tips braid into the golden filaments of light. And I'd just like to read you a little quote I've got on the back of here from Rudolf Steiner. The bee takes up from the flower that which once upon a time brought the quartz crystal into being. Just letting that little quote sink in. Because through our bodies we have these beautiful lines of light, which is like a fluid crystal, if you like, and how the bee and the flower and the nectar relates to that. And number 22. This is a trinity flame of brilliance, the womb of the heart, threefold flame and the expanded heart consciousness, the divine trinity of the heart flame, already evolved, divine and one, ascended heart consciousness. And you may have noticed that all of these 22 have a color frequency. And the last two are pure white light. So number 23, can you see that? Okay. It's called the Earth Mother, Temple of the Whale Children. Together we are an ascension portal of light, aligning all to its true nature and form through the cosmic womb of creation. And as I brought this one through, I had it actually sitting at the end of my bed before it was, well, I think it was just when it was complete. And I saw this brilliant light, violet light. It was pure white light, but I knew it was ultraviolet. And the ultraviolet light from the heart of the earth actually purifies. You know how they use violet light for cleaning in hospitals and so on. So it is so pure. And as we give, we receive. As we receive, we give. The Ida and the Pingala, 72 and 72 become the 144. I am you and you are me. Now, it's interesting when, as I brought the templates through, the first thing I would do would be to gift it back to the earth. And when I went to gift this one, I said to Mother Earth, I said, how can I gift you back what you already are? And she said, well, this is what I received back. I am you and you are me. This is what you are becoming. You know, the body of the earth. And number 24. This is source light. I am portal to source. The light map of the 24 templates of creation. The covenant of the light. The diamond heart of source light. The logos. Light of creation. The 108 petals, and there are actually 108 flowers drawn in here, representing the whole of creation, the flower of life, the I am presence. I enter the heart of source. So those are the 24 templates. Any questions or anyone in particular you'd like me to expand upon?
Jenny, I love the idea that they have locational places on the earth that are activation points. Which one in particular is the galactic masculine? Where's that located?
Galactic masculine is actually the Ganges River.
Beautiful.
In India. And the galactic feminine, just to balance things out, is in Glastonbury. Yeah. Yes, I've just started to draw up a body map because our body contains all the points on the earth of special places, and you'll have your own special place on the earth. So the North Island has actually been grounded with 12, because 12 have to go south. I was recently in Bali in May. I was called to return because template 1 was brought through in 2014 or 15, can't remember. But anyway, it was 9 years to the week. And that wasn't kind of planned. I just knew I had to be there. So the 24 had to be taken back to activate the 1. So when a group of us activate these in the earth at a certain location where they are grounded, like this one is Ireland. Oh no, sorry. This one's Ireland and this one's ATRR, Godzone. The 24 have to come together with the 1 to activate that area, and it works to purify. And with purification, all the dross and all that is not pure has to rise to the surface, you know, within us and around us. And I think that's why there's so much going on the earth right now. It can look pretty ugly out there. It's also very beautiful, of course. It's just all that is not pure rising to be cleared, to be seen and cleared. And I guess not getting in the way of that or analyzing it too much, I think is important for me. And not accepting it or rejecting it, you know, because once I feel that we attach to something, then it grows. So whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, you know, it's much the same, you know, it's being in that pillar of light, like we first started off today, as being there and very solid. And yeah. So any more questions? Don't be shy.
Is there any place I can see your artwork?
Sorry?
Is there any place I can see your artwork again?
Oh, where you can see it. Well, as coincidence would have it, I have 50 sets arriving tomorrow, which I have to collate. So they are available. They come with a booklet and they go in there. The originals are quite large, and these were made into cards. So they will be available in a couple of weeks' time if you so choose to purchase them. Yeah.
Where? Your website? Or?
I think Leanne's going to put the details in. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Yeah. So you can get hold of me, ask any questions. I'm thinking of maybe doing something online, so you know I can assist you through the process of working with them. So we'll do that as well. Thank you.
As you said that, a dragonfly just came and landed on my computer.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. And you know, Ginny, I just remembered that was the time I was brought to Coromandel. For those that don't know Aotearoa, the part of the North Island that kind of sticks out a little bit on the side is Coromandel. It's a crystalline peninsula. And I was based there in a few summers in a row while Ginny was bringing these templates through. And we had some magnificent adventures. It was actually that time I met Michael when he was over in New Zealand at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so beautiful to have you walk us through the story of recreation of the divine blueprint of our galactic origin through the cards as a path and as a tool to return to the source of our origin.
Exactly. You know, because we start with the 1, journey through to source, and then it comes back to the 1 in a new form, in a new format. You know, we've changed as we go through, you know, and every day we're actually going through this purification, whether we're conscious of it or not. And, I believe we are already pure of essence and heart, but sometimes we get in the way of that. And all the programming, and the purification is about the dismantling of the programs and the loss of who we truly are. So it's an interesting but challenging journey. Yeah, incredible times. Yeah, and we chose to do this. So give yourself a big pat on the back and let's have a group hug. We need each other. We do.
And to know that the journey gets lighter, the dark nights of the dark soul get shorter. And when we can engage more consciously, then we can welcome the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dive in instead of trying to disassociate or separate or resist.
Yeah. I know it's there to do its job, and we're doing that job. And as you say, it does get easier because we're conscious of what's happening. Yeah.
And it makes more space for our soul to land in our body and live a life of ecstasy.
Oops. I'll just ignore that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Gini. Does anyone else have any questions for Gini? Questions for the field? Contributions to our journey today? When I asked that, the bees wanted to say hello. So I'm going to take you over to visit with my bees, who are very soon going to relocate as I relocate.
Hello.
I was very blessed this visit to Bali that instead of just having one bee family, I ended up with 3.
Wow.
So I've been living in a unified field of love for the last 2 months. It doesn't support me not being a hermit at all. And it's very surprising who the bees bring to me in the process. But they do hold the template of Homo Universalis, the destiny of our becoming. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me to this call. And Gini, thank you so much for taking us through that journey. That was very, very beautiful.
Thank you. We all had to be here. So there will be activation in our fields. Maybe watch what's coming up in the next few days. Yeah.
And mindful of that too, for those that are going to be viewing the recording, remember to take care of your physical temple when integrating transmissions like this. Plenty of hydration, gentle exercise, and as much earth time as possible in your own unique bubble. For we are perfection, nature is perfection. And when we take our temple into nature at times of transition and change, it restores perfection much easily and much more coherently than if we are lost in busyness.
It's so important if we can remember just to take, even if we just take 5 or 10 minutes every day and sit and do nothing without any distractions, whether your eyes are closed or open, doesn't matter. It's quite transformative, actually. Yeah.
You're being gentle saying 5 minutes a day. I say minimum 20 minutes a day, ideally 3 times a day, and if possible, just live in nature. Yeah. Wow.
In Bali, that's probably a little bit easier.
Yeah. And definitely, you mentioned it on our journey through the templates, but immersing our body in Earth's waters, particularly ocean waters right now, our saline waters, they're like the amniotic fluid of our planetary bodies and body. And they're receiving all of the upgrades from our lunar and solar and star systems. So every time we take our body into the ocean, into the lakes, into the rivers, we are much more easily able to receive and recalibrate and upgrade our systems accordingly.
Mm, mm,
Wow.
mm. Beautiful.
So thank you, everybody, for joining and sharing our journey, sharing your love, your presence, your keys, and your codes in this circle.
Mm.
Thank you, Gini, for joining us today with your magical templates. And I will ensure that Gini's contact details are beneath the YouTube replay of this recording for you all to contact. And we'll also invite Gini's details onto our Earthwalk Global Practitioners page, if you like, so that people can get a hold of you from there and
Okay.
find you easily. So get ready to get busy, my dear, at the pace of grace and speed of love.
Absolutely.
So thank you, everybody. As we recall ourselves fully intact onto the earth plane, let me hand you back over to Casey for closure today.
We'll just say thank you to Jenny for bringing those templates. It feels like you've used them in different lifetimes, and I just want to thank you, sister, for bringing that forward. As we close our circle today, we'll give gratitude for the information that was shared between the heart spaces, for the connection field that we're able to tap into and is amplified when we're encircled together, the connection we feel whether we're in close proximity to one another or not, knowing that we are pillars of light on the earth plane and that we are connected always, that through us the lights, the starlight shine brighter, and we are reminders to others of the connection that they also hold, holding that field of remembrance for them as we walk our journeys. And at this time, we will anchor back into our own pillars more solidly so that we may land fully on the earth plane and step fully into our journeys as they wish to continue and unfold before us, allowing the adventure of life to continue and allowing the connection that we have with one another to unfold magically. Thanking everyone for being encircled today. Gently come to your own unified field, your own pillar, and anchor yourself fully into the physical system, disconnecting from the field that you may be in your own space, your own place, in your own location on the earth. Gently add some movement back into your system. Feel your feet on the floor, breathing deeply into your body and giving thanks for your body to be on this journey with you. We'll take one last moment and come back in fully. Thanking everyone for being here today.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you all for your commitments to self and service on this exciting journey of embodiment and evolution we're all on. And we look forward to meeting you in 2 weeks' time from Aotearoa, from the Galactic Gateway of most likely Whangarei and my mama's home. Much love, everyone, and see you all soon.